So welcome to the Japan Sake and Shochu Information Center, known as JSS Information Center. I'm Marico Kojima, an advisor here. This is our first time having a foreign review gathering, so we are very excited to share the art of sake. Today, we will have 3 sessions. In the first session, we will share what is happening in the overseas sake market. In the second session, we will have matsuzake lecture and tasting. In the third session, we will have a brief Shochu Cocktail presentation. First of all, our director, JSS, Mr. Utsunomiya-san, would like to greet everyone. Please welcome Utsunomiya-san.
Hi, good evening. I'm Hitoshi Utsunomiya, Director of Japan Sake and Shochu Makers Association. Thank you for joining the Japanese Sake Media Meetup today. Let me introduce our organization, Japan Sake and Shochu Makers Association, briefly. JSS was founded in 1953. There are about 1,400 sake breweries and 300 shochu distilleries in Japan. Nearly all of them are members of our association. We aim to introduce the joy of sake and shochu to all over the world. We hope sake and shochu could contribute to the diversity of world food culture. Sake is called Nihonshu. That means Japanese alcoholic beverage. Sake has over 1,000 years of history. As sake is made from rice, which is valuable staple food. Sake has had a close relationship with Japanese agriculture and Shinto. Since old days, sake has had an important role of tying God and people, or people each other. Sake is still made as a Shinto shrine, and it plays an essential role at festivals and weddings. The second crucial point, sake uses koji. Koji is made by cultivating koji fungi, koji mold, on steamed rice. Koji is the key of Japanese seasoning, soy sauce, rice vinegar, miso, and mirin. The koji making process determines the quality of sake and shochu. Toji is a brewmaster or brewmeister, a head brewer, makes koji very carefully. From these characteristics of sake, the Japanese government has proposed that the traditional knowledge and skills of making sake with koji mold should be on UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage list. So please enjoy today. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Hiromi Iuchi. I am in charge of the Oversea Operation Division of the JSS. I have 5 whole minutes, so let me just go quickly. So here I put together the export amount of history, all alcoholic beverages, last 12 years. So as you can see, the red one is the sake and the blue one is the whiskey. So you can see that like whiskey has been really increasing. And this one is a sake only, sake export amount, and the history by countries. You can see started from like 2007, and the last one is in 2021. and everybody is going up, increasing a little bit, little by little every year. Then 2020, the COVID, it went down, especially the United States. And then 2022, then everybody picked up, and surprisingly, the United States just went up. And the next one is each countries. If you like to have these numbers, we can send it to your emails later on. But like quickly, China, I marked as a red. 2019 compared with the 2019, 2021 is almost double. And the United States picked up very good, and Hong Kong. So everybody, almost everyone is increased, and more than 2019 before the COVID, which is a little bit caught us by the surprise. So this is just for difference. It's a volume wise. It's also increased 150%. So about the JSS strategies for making the sake more known by all over the world, I raised like 2 issues, which we realized during COVID mostly. We only had the limited distribution channel. We didn't have especially the online or e-commerce channels, we didn't have at all. And then that's because the distribution of the sake is mainly to Japanese restaurants. So the reason why the sake has been increased, the export of the sake has been increased in the world is because the Japanese restaurant is becoming very popular, and the Japanese restaurant, they have to have a sake. So that's why it's increased. But there's, we have to break that. Like we have to go beyond the Japanese restaurant, going to the wine market that we realized. And another problem or the issue that we have to challenge is the storage problem. Because it's outside of Japan, and you take about a couple of months to get to each countries, and to the more time from the distributor to the consumers, it takes about like 5-6 months. So during that time, we have to keep it in a refrigeration, which is not known as much as we like. We have to spread the word more often. We need more education to the distributors. So one of the things that we are trying to reach is the influencer or the sommeliers, professionals. One is because we want to brand. We want to do a branding of the Japanese sake more, and so that influencer, the sommelier, is be able to educate the consumer, or they would be able to bring the sake into the market at the restaurant, like no Japanese restaurant, hopefully. Then one of the reasons is that we partnership with the Sommelier Association last couple of years. We first partnered with the France Sommelier Association 2020 June. Then this year, ASI, the Association of Sommelier International, which has the 62 sommelier association of the whole world, that they 62 sommelier association joined to ASI, and we just became the partner with them. So this year, September, Malaysia, that they have a boot camp that we're going to be having the sake masterclass, and November, Taiwan, the Asian and Oceania contest, best sommelier of the Asia and Oceania. We'll have the sake masterclass and then tasting as well. And next year, February, they will have the Best Sommelier of the World contest in Paris that we're going to be partnership or sponsoring with. So we try to get to the key person or strong influencer in the wine market so that the sake as a brand is being recognized as widely, and same as the pork wine or like any other beverages. Not like sake needed to get out of the tempura sushi and Asia, So that's what we're trying to partnership with the sommelier associations. So we also have the support desk all over the world. Sake, we have 8 positions in different countries. And shochu, we have 5 desks in the different nations, like US, Asia, EU, UK, China. And lastly, the global site, we developed it last year and this year, both sake and shochu, and you can go to this, please go to this website. We try to update the fact, the rice export stats and etc. So please check it when you have a chance. Okay, lastly, this is the YouTube channel of the JSS, and we have SNS as well. And then last year we made many videos and webinars, and we put everything in this YouTube channel, so please check it out. Thank you very much.
Konnichiwa. I hope everybody understands. Thank you. I always prefer to speak in Japanese, but I will try to. Okay, very welcome to JSS Information Center. My name is Utsunomiya, and I'm in charge of this place. And my mission today is to explain about summer sake, which is a new category of sake in the year. But before that, I would like to introduce a little bit about the place itself here. Because it's, is there anybody who came here before? No. Oh, thank you very much. I saw you before. Good to see you again. Okay, this place was renewed about 7 years ago in 2016. It used to be over there, two blocks away from here. And it's renewed to aim at welcoming the people from outside of Japan to enjoy the world of sake and shochu. So this is made as a sort of PR basement of the industry to make people know and enjoy about our national beverage, which is sake and shochu. So this is as you can see, this is a very tiny place. So, what I can do in this small place, right? But this is a very convenient place, very close from major stations, as you know, like Shinbashi, Kasumigaseki, Paramount, and Uchisaiwachi. There are 4 major stations, about 3 to 8 minutes walk from here. So it's a very nice place for the foreigners to spend like 30 minutes to an hour if they have a spare time. I really recommend the people who visit here and have time and interest in sake. You can do many things here. You can gather information about the products, and you can ask the concierge about the sake. The stuffs here can communicate in English. Everybody can communicate in English, and every signs are made in both Japanese and English. So easily, well, not Chinese and Koreans, but those who can understand English can, have a good time here. And you can taste, we have about 100 items of sake and shochu every time, and you can taste 100 various types of sake and shochu here. From all over the world, I mean from all over Japan, and of the all the different types of sake, from the new sake and pasteurized sake to a matured sake and sparkling type of sake. And we change the items every month. So every time you come here, you can find something different. And the lineup here are quite different from the retailer or liquor shops. There are many good retailer shops or liquor shops in Tokyo or outside of Tokyo, but they usually sell the famous brands because it's easier for them to sell. But we represent the 1700 breweries and distilleries, so we have the selections from the 1700 brewery and distilleries, which is a little I would say very different from the lineups from the liquor stores. So you can, that's one strong point of this place too, I think. And we did lots of events here, like seminars and events to enjoy sake. Sometimes we invite the breweries to talk about their brewery and enjoy their sake, or sometimes we do events to enjoy sake with music, like jazz or piano or bossa nova. That's very interesting too. And we can offer a seminar if they want to listen to a seminar or learn a little bit more. If you have, you need to reserve it beforehand. But if you're, like 3 people or 5 people, we can talk about. I can explain like this for like 30 minutes about sake and shochu, whatever topics you want to know about. And if you're more than like 10 people or 20 people, we're going to use the bigger space upstairs. So that's possible too. So if you have any chance to organize those kind of things, please ask me anything. I'll see what I can do. And also, that's a long introduction, but one more thing I would like to say. We make a podcast, English podcast program called Sake on Air for like 3.5 years now. We have made about more than 80 episodes on sake and shochu, which are very good, nice content. So if you don't know anything about it, please check out your cell phone and listen to Sake on Air. That's a very good content. So I think that's enough about introducing about information setup. And my mission, as I told you, is to explain about the summer sake. As a welcome drink, we have served a small cocktail to you. We didn't explain what that was. That was a kind of seltzer, which is becoming popular these days. It's a low alcohol mixed drink of sake with something else. And this one is we use a very aromatic daiginjo, which has a very banana-like, very strong banana-like aroma, with a elderflower tonic water, like 1, 2, 3. We still don't have any name for it, but I hope you enjoyed it. That's a good starting point. It's a summer sake. Okay, and summer sake is fairly a new trend in Japan, because traditionally, as it says here, sake was not drunk in summer so much in Japan. And this is a graph of the monthly consumption of sake in 2005. And as you can easily see, the December is the biggest consumption. And November, March, well, they're large, but these summer times, July and August, has a very low consumption here. And January is still very low, but it's because of the December's consumption is still high. For Japanese people, New Year's Day is a very important day, so they prepare beforehand to buy everything, to enjoy the January 1st. So that's why the December's consumption is so high. And so July and August are the lowest of the year. And this is a monthly consumption of Junmai and Junmai Ginjo in 2019, which is just before the COVID pandemic, right? And that situation becomes a little different, or I would say very different. Like, look at the figure of July here. Now the July's consumption of July and July ginja is almost the same as like February, or not too far away from October, right? October is supposed to be the very good season for sake. So it used to be, there used to be like this level, but it's went up high. And that's why, that's what the summer sake has done to the market. It's all because of the summer sake. How that affected the market. And traditionally, sake has a season, and we enjoy the season of sake. And from a producer's side, we have basically two sake seasons. The one season is a new sake season, and the other is a Oroshi season. And the new sake is a new, freshly pressed unpasteurized, so usually type of sake. And the brewing season starts from, usually it differs from between the breweries, but usually starts from early October or November and lasts until the end of March. And it takes about 1 month to 2 months for sake to come out, to be pressed, ready to come to the market. So the new sake comes in the early December usually, and that's the new sake season starts, and it lasts until the end of April. And so for those 5 months, we can enjoy the very freshly pressed new sake. We call it namazake or shinshu in Japanese. And new sake is very good, very fresh, refreshing, but sake gets very milder and gentle as time passes and as it matured. And as it matured like half year, 5 months to half year, that becomes very mild and gentle and ready to be drunk for general people. And those kind of sake, ready to drink sake, we call it Oroshi. So Oroshi season is the traditional new sake season for many people, because new sake was not so much drunk in the years before. It's only nowadays that we enjoy the new sakes. And there are two other seasons really here, spring sake and summer sake. And summer sake is the topic of today. And these two sakes are very different character compared to new sake and Oroshi, because they're somewhat intentionally made as a marketing point of view. And Natsake, summer sake, was originally planned by one employee of the liquor shop in 2005, a long time ago. Not too long ago, but it was thought by one employee of the liquor shop. And his aim was to make a new market in the season where sake is not well sold, to make a new market there to sell sake well in summer. And he asked 17 breweries to make a new products which expressed the impression of summer. And they did, and it was a very great success. 17 breweries made very popular sakes of the year. And next year, more and more breweries imitate or follow the trend. And it goes up and up and up until now. And now, almost every breweries, there are hundreds of summer sakes in the market in this season. And many of the breweries can't do without the consumption of summer sake now. So it's very important now. Okay. Talk about a little bit about the tradition. We have a name Sekku. Sekku is the change of the season. 5 Sekku used to be the national holiday in Edo period. They celebrate the change of the season on those days. So the samurais go to the castles. All the samurais of the region go to the castle and had a celebration, and had a special dinner with a special sake served on the celebration day. And in January, toso, the sake called toso is served on January. And the sake called shirozake is served in March. And sake called shobuzake, which is iris, leaf, soaked sake, kind of sake, served in May. And also kikuzake, served in September. Kikuzake is a chrysanthemum flower, petal, float on the cup. So those are the very traditional, very traditional way celebrating the season. But somehow they don't have any sake for July. July is another very important sekku called Tanabata. We celebrate with a sasa I don't know one.
Bamboo leaf.
Okay, bamboo leaf. So, and also we have a custom to enjoy the season. Like in spring, we enjoy drinking sake with flowers, and in autumn we enjoy drinking sake with moon, and in winter we enjoy drinking sake with watching the sun. Sometimes people say it's boring to drink sake just watching the snow, but for us it's very emotional and very sensitive. It catches our sensitivity somehow. So, but also there's no summer here, right? Spring, autumn, and winter. So why didn't people drink sake in summer? I think there are main 2 reasons. One reason is that summer is too hot, and sake, as you might see, is a little sweet and heavy and thick type of drink. So sake is a little too sweet and thick and heavy to drink in summer. In the hot weather, people wants to drink something more lighter or drier, maybe. And one more reason might be the supply of sake was the least in summer. As I told you, the summer is in between new sake, end of the new sake, and the beginning of the Hiroshi, right? So in summertime, sake is usually stored in a storage. So people have to drink the sake from the last year, and the supply may be the least in summer. That might be possible. But thanks to the invention of the refrigerators, the situation changed, and there has been many new categories of sakes these days. For example, unpasteurized sake. Unpasteurized sake is very good, very refreshing, which you can't drink outside of Japan. It's a very Japanese special seasonal sake. And now you can even enjoy unpasteurized sake the whole year because of the refrigerator. And ginjo type of sake. Ginjo is a sake with a very highly aromatic flavor. And those kind of highly fruity, aromatic type of sake is better to be served cold. And it becomes a little dull if you drink it in a higher temperature. Also, sake with a refreshing acidity like malic acid or citric acid. There are sakes which contains those kind of acid, a little bit higher than other type of sake. And this kind of acid is very good if you drink it chilled. And also authentic sparkling sake. Sparkling sake the same as ginjo is very good to serve cold and dull if you serve it in a warmer temperature. So the definition of summer sake is the sake to be enjoyed cool in summer. It looks cool and often laid back, bright and fun design, such as these kind of labels, which are very different from the authentic label. So, calligraphy type of, these are very authentic labels. But these are the selections of summer sake, and they look very different, right? And looking at the designs are very interesting, using those insects or watermelons, fireworks, and summer vegetables. To enjoy to drink, and also to enjoy to look at is the concept of the summer sake. So I think that's enough about summer sake, I think. And we served 3 types of summer sake, and I don't. まだ出してないでください。出してください。僕の話の前で出してほしかった。These are the summer sake sets, and we have 3 types. The first one on the left is an unpasteurized sake, Iwate Prefecture, called Utsunomiya. It's very refreshing. The character of unpasteurized sake is a little bit sweet flavor. And the second one, this is the first one. The second one is called Tengumai from Ishikawa Prefecture. This is a very famous brewery from Noto area, Ishikawa area. And this one is supposed to be very dry and sharp or rich. Yeah, the first one is unpasteurized and non-filtered.
More intense taste.
And the third one is a little cloudy one from Kagawa Prefecture. It's called Sanuki Cloudy, as it is. It's a sweet and sour, higher acidity, and a lower alcohol. So it's very good. It's only 6% alcohol. Other ones are like 15 to 16 alcohol volume. So it's 1/3 of the alcohol volume. It's easy to drink, very easy to drink. And you can make a cocktail out of something cloudy too. It's a very good cocktail. And please enjoy pairing sake with cheese, because cheese is one of the best good pairing with sake, which can be very international. Mr. Utsunomiya is a professional in this field. Would you explain it?
Yeah. So cheese contains much amino acid. We Japanese say that umami. Cheese contains a lot of umami peptide amino acid. Sake also contains amino acid. So and sake is lower than wine. 1/5, about 1/5 lower than acidity. So sake enhance cheese umami and maintain mouthfeel, long finish. Wine cuts the umami short distance with cheese. Sake prolongs the mouthfeel. And cheese is made from fungi and yeast. So sake, I said, koji is a kind of fungi. So it goes very well. Thank you.
This is the final part, and I will demonstrate making a cocktail using shochu. As you know, shochu is Japanese distilled spirit made from grain and vegetable and uses koji. And the thing that is different from Western spirit is that it is single distilled. Because of this, it has a strong and unique flavor. And we see a lot of potential in shochu as a cocktail base. Today, I will use awamori, which is shochu made in Okinawa. Has everyone here ever tasted awamori? Yeah. Actually, awamori doesn't get so much attention even among Japanese, but it has an interesting story behind it. Awamori was a loyal spirit, and they used to age it from generation to generation. Some awamori was kept for 100, even 200 years, so it was very precious thing. Speaking of Okinawa, Okinawa was an independent country called Ryukyu, and it remained, it was very small, but it remained independent for over 400 years. How did they achieve it? One reason is awamori. And it is said when other countries came to Ryukyu to invade, Ryukyu lawyers gifted them with awamori food and music and dance. Because it was so great and the taste of awamori was great, Ryukyu is escaped from aggression. It's one story, but I like this story. And after World War II, we lost most of the aged awamori, but they continue to produce a very good, fine, flavorful awamori. And I will make it. It's very simple, so it's easy to make. This is an awamori from Miyakojima. And first, I pour 30 ml of awamori here. And next, it is a butterfly pea syrup. It's Okinawan herb. It has a natural blue color and it changes color when we add something acidic. And I pour this water and it changes color a bit. Finally, I tip sheep water. It's Okinawan citrus. You can enjoy the gradation. And it's very easy to make, but it's very tasty. And I hope everyone enjoy shochu cocktails at your home as well. And he's going to serve these cocktails. So please wait a minute. Thank you very much.
It's very acidity.
He's also the JSS staff.
No, I'm
Point
just
is
a
out.
bartender.
So, you still work as a bartender.
So shochu, we have another strategy, different from the sake strategy. Shochu is the export amount is the less than 1/10 of the sake, very small. So nobody knows about the shochu yet. So our strategy is to, as an influencer again, that we are appealing it, the Shochu Cocktail as an entrance to introduce the Japanese liquor, like spirits, to mixologists. So we, last couple of years, we're trying to partnership with the guild of the bartenders. And then like we are setting up the cocktail, Shochu cocktail competitions in United States and England, London. So once that they started using the Shochu for the cocktail then as an entrance, and then people started knowing what is this spirit. That's how the mezcal of the tequila, like maybe jizake of the tequila, the mezcal, became very popular and successful among the mixologists. Then the word spread and then everybody started realizing that's what we're trying to do right now. It's on the way, so it started being recognized little by little. So what do you think about the cocktails?
観光の人にもすごく確かに。毎日なんかあれがあったの。